G'day mate, and welcome back to Factorio with me, JD. We're still in our rocket per minute, well, our rocket Megabase that is still yet to launch a rocket because we're still in the early phases of a Megabase, i.e. building all the infrastructure required to actually have a Megabase. First thing I want to do this episode is get some gear production running. Some serious gear production, because we need belts. We need a lot of belts. Yep, you, and you. That looks like a good amount. Output, 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 and output. Copy that. No, let's just copy the whole thing. I was going to try and line up the inserters and the power poles, and I've already decided I can't be bothered. Okay. But one thing I might do is I might move this whole... No, I want to cut. And I'm going to move this whole thing further down. Because that's one thing we found in our last playthrough, that I built far too close to the bus repeatedly. Yeah, we're out of red belt from the looks of it already. So that's our plan for this episode. Try and get some serious production of belts up and running. Because I'm already seeing that I'm going to have to salvage belts from stuff we've already put down. So, let's go find ourselves some belts. What's not in use? All of these are not in use. I blueprinted them down, not realizing I had just about none left. That got us like 20 belts. That didn't really help too much. And I do not want to handcraft belts in my pocket, especially red belt. And one thing I really want to do before I forget, no, I've already put lasers up there, it's fine. These belts can go away for what it's worth. Okay. So we want a make almost everything. So I always build these 3 assemblers wide, and I always put belt, underground, splitter, or splitter underground. Really doesn't matter which one. Again, we're building far too close to the bus. We'll put them there instead. So, I want fast inserters. So am I out of those as well? Yeah. Okay, let's make you a fast inserter, you a slow inserter, you a power pole, out of everything. But I have no problem taking inserters from here. And if I had some iron, upgrading them to fast inserters in my pocket. That's not too bad. Okay, so we want to have iron. No, I want to have gears in and iron plate in. So we're going to bring gears down there. I'm going to have iron plate. This is why we're out of belt. Iron plate come in, no, in here and in here. If we can just get the first couple machines running, we'll be okay. Except I'm not going to have enough iron to even do that. Actually, let's have you underground instead. I can see myself using a bunch of undergrounds to save on belt pieces. Just till we get things running. Yeah, okay, so let's just go... Okay, that's a start at least. Power, power. And I'm just going to put this back into any part of the network that works. Okay, so we're making some belt. Next thing I want is I want a one assembler gap, because I want to instantly convert this via a buffer box, which I can't afford for ages. So we're going to go with a poor man's requester chest. Actually, you're going to be undergrounds, and you're going to be splitters, and you're going to be red, you're going to be red, and you're going to be red. So, power pole, you just need the actual belts themselves, which come via a long-handed inserter. I can build some wire, that's good. Okay. We're really poor, alright? It's fine. So, poor man's requested chest, I'm going to say, hey you, if there is less than 100 in that chest, you can then run. There's already 190. Row report. Just there. We need to set that back to that. I'm going to copy and paste that across. I'm going to set you to undergrounds and paste that there, and set you to splitters and set you to splitters. Okay. Which now means if I continue with my poor man requester chest mentality, I should be able to change you to red and change you to red as well. Change you to red, change you to red, and change you to red with changing you to red. Okay. Except this one I'm going to say 1,000. Okay, so we've started producing red belt ever so slowly. Really, really slowly. But something's better than nothing. I'm not going to even worry about green at the green. I'm not going to even worry about blue belt at this stage. I'm not going to put down the production for it, because the next thing we desperately are going to need is we're going to need a green circuit build, which should have probably been put down before this. How am I requesting? 50,000. Maybe it's a little bit too much. Maybe just 400. Okay, and the one bit of yellow belt I've got can go in there. So you're literally held up by the fact that we can't get gears in you fast enough. Is that better? A little bit. It'd help if I had that second gear belt. Okay, now you're screaming along. Excellent. Okay. So, we've got belts being made. I've got 100, I've got 200 on me. So let's go and fix some of our cheats that we've used along the way. And then let's cut this whole thing and slide it further along, and we'll pop it there. Because I did grab our previous green circuit build, which we should be able to pop down right there without too much hassle. It's super expensive to build, but as we have all the tech already, it shouldn't be that bad. If I put that there and I reconnect that, and hook up a power pole. It looks like I didn't even bother using real power poles for half this build anyway. let's use real power poles, please. So one there, one there. No idea why you have 2 inserters, just because you're lucky, I guess. One there and one there, and then I need to bridge the gap across the top. Okay, handcraft a... let's not do green circuits in the pocket. That's still not ideal. Iron. Have some iron. You've got 50 in there. Let's you have some iron as well. You got 1,000 iron, so you're fine for a little bit. I'm going to take all of those and all of those and make a bunch of those and then say, fighters. Thought we negotiated a peace. It was a hot, fiery laser piece. Oh, you finally put down that one miner that was missing. Let's take that little bit of extra belt that's there, and there, because we're not desperate at all for red belt. Okay. That's a bit weird. I don't really want to call on my inventory. And they could be retired already. Okay, so we've got a red circuit sort of build, a green circuit build sort of popped down. We just need to actually hook up the copper and the iron to it. Now, I am going to, in this particular playthrough, make sure that I just build on one side of the bus. It's actually going to be really important this time through, because we're going to be constantly expanding the bus wider and wider to get more and more materials in as the map expands. Or as our playthrough expands, it's probably more accurate. Okay, that. I only need 50 construction bots, so the rest can go into the actual main network. If that's done, that's done. So we just need this to be able to hook up to iron. Yeah, I already don't have enough room on the bus. I've already built things too close. You can go into there. That's alright. We're just going to get things up and running for the moment, and then we'll just use the lovely new move tool that we've got to shuffle them around after the fact. Okay, green circuits shall now be produced. Belts shall now be produced. All of that shall be cut. No, cut. The other button. And moved down here. Place that belt in, place that belt in, place that belt in, that belt in, that belt. Where else are there belts? Nope, that's wrong. Power connection, forgot that, that's important. Okay, so if we can get green circuits back up and running and our little make some stuff back up and running, will be awesome. So the next thing I'm going to need is my actual green circuit, not production. There we go. Green circuits can come up. We've got a steel line. So let's just put in our undergrounds now before I forget. We've got our steel. Just rearrange some of these whilst I can. That's done, that's done, that's done. Steel, steel can go right way to the end of the bus already. Wrong button. And you also need to move down a few tiles, because we're going to have a green circuit bus come up to here. Because I start with the technology of red underground, so I can already do a leap of 6 tiles. So we might as well run with a leap of 6 tiles. This is definitely a fake 4 lane, but that's okay. We'll fill it out slowly as time progresses. You're gonna have to underground to say there, and then run straight belt into that. First things first, this is where the first green belt goes, straight into there. Okay, so you're going to underground to there, underground that, buy trees, and first belt. Okay, what's my robot range like? Yeah, it's still pretty good. Okay. So, that'll let us start automating splitters. We've got red belt running. We've got yellow belt running. We're going to want the same amount of gap again for, and I'm just going to copy and paste. Actually, we're going to cut those. Offset them 1. That's potentially for blue when we get that far. So the next thing we're going to need is a gap. And important things like inserters. So inserter goes to a fast inserter on one side and a long hand inserter on the other. You need green circuits. You don't need green circuits. We're also going to want a stack inserter. And actually, I want to already do a splitter in here. Yep, because I want red circuits on the other half of this belt. So you need iron and gears. So gears are all okay, because they're right here. Coming down the middle of our make almost everything, more, whatever you want to call it. You also need gears. We also need an iron belt. So we're going to run that across to there. You also need iron. So we'll go iron for you, iron for you, iron for you. Power and power. Now you need green circuits. Done. So you also need standard inserters. So that means long hand inserter there, long hand inserter there. Green circuits for you. Oh, that's right. Let me get green circuits in here. Okay, you also need green circuits and red circuits. No, you need a fast inserter. So you're going to make stack inserters. We're going to underground from there to there. You're going to have your circuits coming that way. have you output into a chest, capped at 50. Oh, what spaghetti mess have I got myself into already? Okay, let's actually can that idea and instead move all that down one file. Yeah. So now we can have green circuits and red circuits because it will contain both at a later stage after we get a red circuit build. After we find some oil products. You're going to need feeding of those. Plus you're going to need gears when we get that far. And then we want the output chests. So there and there. I'm going to cap these to 4 stacks, I think. Okay, so we've got that done now, which also means this little build that could can now go away. Cool. One more problem sorted. Alright. We need miners. Miners are going to be the next really important one. So that's iron, which is here. Green circuits, which are here. Or we can bring them in underneath. It's fine. We have options. What would I like to pair up with electric mining drills? Assembler 1 to assembler 2 to it. Yeah, let's do an assembler 1 to an assembler 2 to an assembler 3. So, assembly machine 1. Okay, so we're going to bring this down. We're going to put a splitter in there. No, we're going to do it in reverse. So we're going to give you your green circuits that you want. We're giving you gears that you want. We're now going to give you the iron that you want. You also want green circuits, gears, and all the other good things. Except an assembler 1 needs to pass to an assembler 2 machine, which needs all of the above plus a steel. Okay, we'll see how to get steel there in a minute. In the meantime, we can give you an output. We can give you a power pole and you a power pole. So these guys start working as well. Okay, that's easy. That's easy. That'll have to come in from below. And assembly machine 3 is really, really easy because it just needs that. Plus it needs speed modules, which we can pop in right here. And they can have materials off this belt on the side, which is currently only green circuits, but it's actually going to be shared green circuit and red circuit belt. You need an inserter there for your green and red circuits. Storage is full. Good news. Central storage is actually in the make almost everything. So you bots can bring all that crap and come put it over here instead. Okay. So that's that one, that done, that one done, that one done. You just need steel, which we're going to get for you from this belt. So let me put a robot foot in the way. Where's that steel belt? Right there. So we need to underground that and underground that. And voila, we now have steel running. So that'll give us an assembler 1 to an assembler 2 to an assembler 3. Not that we can actually build new assembler 3s yet. Like that's the really big thing. We're starting off with all the tech, but none of the actual base resources up and running. So for the moment, I guess we're just going to give you an output into a chest for the moment. That roboport network needs to come down further. And I can already see that this needs to be done again. Except I really want to put the blueprints there, so I want to put it in there. Did that work? I don't know. That goes into there and then into there. No. Does it now work? No. Okay, we're going to use this upgrade planner, and we're going to change tier 2 assemblers to tier 3 assemblers. And nope, because that's with the old power poles. Let's just copy what we've got. Copy, paste, done, fixed. Okay, so it's more green circuits. What are you waiting on? Gears. Yeah, gears are a little bit lackluster. In fact, our iron's a little bit lackluster. Our iron's a little bit lackluster, probably because we don't have enough mining. Yeah, one belt seems to be maxed out, the other belt's suffering because of it. It's all about those splitters and setting some priorities. So if I do that, that's a good start. Actually, it's probably all I need to do. Where'd my roboports go? In the box? They're in the box. Okay. Now they can at least be requested out of the box. Before I forget, before it becomes a real problem, let's put down a wood burner. Request wood, all of it. You can have what's in my inventory already. We still need to set up ore recycling, because that's not done either. Alt D for deconstruction planning. Those two together. It's a bit more iron again. It's on the steel build, so that's fine. We're not really using steel at this stage. Oh, hi biters. Thanks for stopping by. I don't really leave myself a lot of space in here, do I? Okay. I think actually that's where I'm going to leave it for this episode. We're far from complete, but we've made some good progress. We've got a lot of the basics automated. I got to look at see what we need to do next. I know for a fact we need pipes and we need refineries and we need chemical plants, because they will be things that I will automate this time around, because we're going so much bigger than before. We're going to need multiple oil refineries with multiple chemical plants. We're going to have to go lay claim to oil, which is under this spider base. Of course it is. We also need to do like stuff like train tracks. We need to get trains up and running, probably sooner rather than later. And ammo. Actually, ammo is probably going to be the big one that we'll probably do next episode. Actually, it's going to be fairly important to get the ammo production up and running, and possibly look at, well, better miner coverage, and then possibly look at start tapping some of these other patches, which is going to mean, yeah, we need a proper walled-in defense area. So thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you're enjoying this start to this series. It's going to get epic. I have no idea why this stone. Can we not output stone, please? Please? Nope, that ship sailed. We'll find some stone on some random belt later. So yeah, I'm gonna run. I might see whether I can... There's coal, there's stone, there's this. Okay. Next episode, first thing we're going to do is try and find out where this contamination is going to come from, and then we'll look at defenses and a giant wall to keep the neighbours out. Because, yeah, so that's my stone problem. Where's the coal problem coming from? That's filtered. That's filtered. You're not filtered. Fine, we'll do things that way. That was actually really quick to work out. Okay, I'm going to run. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!